This
Good
is mine
evening,
that I get
everyone.
paid for.
Welcome to
So yeah, you're going to be quiet.
Compounds. And I hear an echo. Anyways, I got Rebel Canners here with me tonight, and Chef Tech should be joining us shortly. It is time for a Monday night fireside chat, and tonight's topic is canning butter, aka ghee. And how is everybody out there doing? Let me jump over to the comment section so I can actually say hi to everybody, since I wasn't typing in hi to each person individually, because I got the computer set up differently here. So first one in was Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man. And he also posted he's been a member for 12 months. And then he jumped over on the Tammy side, did the same thing, posted he was first. Then next was Shady Hill Homestead, followed by Walt Rogers, who said he's third. Phelan Klein Wolf came next, put in fourth. And then Tammy Harder came in. Jack at Geeky Gardens. Kaylin Strains here. Wendy Gardner from Wyoming. And Kaylin posted that she's been a member for 24 months. Here's Mark. He's out there cooking.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
And let's see. Angels Homestead came in. Looks like on my side. And let's see what else we got here. Chook by V came in. Sue Me's here. Everybody's talking back and forth there. And Walt posted his membership. He's been a member of the Staff Sergeant's boot camp for 23 months. And he's telling everybody membership has its privilege. Join now. Thank you, Walt, for putting that out there. Let's see. Tammy also has memberships. Go next. Lee is here, Cold War prepper. And Sandra Marr came in on your side, Tammy. All right, so I put a note up there, and let me scroll back up to see if I can find it real quick here. There it is. Please write your questions down so when so you will. I forgot to put remember them. Yeah, I left the letters off. I was typing fast. When it's time to post them, all right, because we are going to do some question and answering here. But in the meantime, make sure you have them down so they don't get missed in the chat as we get ready for it. Now, interesting thing to me about tonight's topic. This is talking about canning. What the I want to put this to the commercial industrial machine wants us to do with seed oil instead, as in the form of Crisco and some of the other ones, which are not good for you. But this is good for you. So, hey. And let's get over here. So you got a few slides here to show, and so we get into it. And there we go. All right. Canning butter. It's simple, I think. It's easy. It can be messy. It can be messy.
It's easy, and it can be messy.
Come on, there we go. And these nice little tools are a great help in doing it, especially a wide funnel to put stuff into the jars, especially the ones that have the lip that goes down 1 inch into it, so it automatically measures your headspace. All right, some questions I already talked to Tammy and Mark about on Saturday night. And so, salted or unsalted?
Yes to both.
Yes to both. It doesn't make a difference except how you want to use it.
It literally depends on your preference.
Yeah. And if you use all salted, it's way too salty for me. So I use like 1 stick of salted and the rest unsalted, or half and half. I don't do all salted, or I'd be like, remember you're concentrating it so you don't want that much
I
salt.
do, but and that's the difference. I do both. I do salted ghee. I do unsalted ghee. I don't mix them. I don't match them. I don't try to give a partial. Nope. And I know the difference, and I use it accordingly. So my salted ghee is pretty much what gets used the most. So of the 90 pounds of butter I bought on sale 2.5 years ago for $1.49 a pound, I did 60 pounds was salted, 30 pounds was unsalted.
Okay. And let's see. So Lee says it's almost 100 in Texas again. So Sandra Mar says she's hello from Nigeria region, Ontario. Christy Betts came in on your side there, Tammy.
Hi.
Little and Preppers in the house. Celestine Alexander came in on your side, Tammy.
Hi.
And and Christy also said she made ghee for the first time last week. And Tammy Harder says it was 33 this morning in Minnesota. Wendy Gardner says I use half and half. Deb's off 1729 came in on your side there. And Diana too is here. All right, so next one. Homemade butter versus store bought.
Homemade probably would be better. If it's your cow, you know what the cow ate, drank, everything, and made your own butter. May not get as much, but yeah, Tammy, what do you think?
I've done all store bought so far because I don't own a cow, but I don't think there would be any difference other than the stuff that you get from your own cow is way better. It just
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Because it's grass fed. You know what went into it. And yeah.
And then of course the last one I had was I just put flavored butter, i.e. garlic butter.
No.
And don't worry about canning garlic butter.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you're concentrating all of the flavors, so.
And then you're limited.
Yeah.
If I made 10 pints or half pints of all my ghee is in half pints and a couple quarter pints or 4-ounce jars. But if you made garlic butter, that's all you can use it for. Garlic bread, stuff like that, sauteing vegetables, things you want garlic in. So if you're going to throw herbs and seasonings into your ghee, sure, you better like it because that's all you're getting. And you're not going to use it for making, I don't know, puff pastry unless you like Italian flavored puff pastry that has basil, garlic, and oregano in it. So I would just do plain, and then you can add whatever you want later. That's it.
Yeah, so that's just some points I thought that should be gotten out there right away. My wife likes to make sometimes she'll use olive oil, sometimes she'll just melt butter down with it, and she makes sort of like a pesto bread dip.
Yep.
And she's also poured that over the really tight curly noodles with the fresh tomatoes in. She'll pour some of that over that as well and toss it for us for a summer salad. She's done both with the olive oil and with the butter in it. For some reason, my boys seem to enjoy the butter flavored one more than the olive oil. Don't know why.
Man,
considering the youngest one, when he was young, used to sneak by in the kitchen and take a finger of butter and walking off with butter.
I did that.
So have two of my grandsons done that too.
Yeah. So I love ghee for the simple fact there's no butter solids in it or fat solids or whatever, milk solids. I'm out here at my cabin, as you can tell by the fire. I keep at minimum 2 6 or 8 ounce jars of ghee are in my cabinet in the cabin. It ain't heated in the wintertime when I'm not here. It doesn't freeze. It may melt if it gets too warm, but it never gets warm here. And I have it. My little, I don't know if you can see it here, my little orange pot that has peppers and onions in it. And now my sausages, I throw like a tablespoon of ghee in there, salted, and with my peppers and onions, and put the lid on it, throw it on the fire, and I'm good. And it has a reasonably high smoke point. Not worried about it because I just keep an eye on it. But it doesn't go bad. I mean, it lasts. I'm not going to say how long it lasts because, I can't.
Somebody might freak out and go, "Oh, the paperwork says you can't do it that long."
Yeah, exactly. But I know the ghee I made is 3 years old. I made it in mid to early 2020 for whatever reason I decided to do it. But the butter was on sale, so I made a ton of it, literally. And I'm still using it. And I will continue to use it. And now butter's like $4 a pound. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to calm down on my usage right now because I don't want to run out because I don't want to pay that much for butter.
Yeah,
Always buy your butter between Thanksgiving and Christmas for the year because that's when it's going to be cheap. The next time it's cheap is at Easter, but it's way cheaper between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
another Black Friday special.
Yeah.
Right. Or pre-Black Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, which was that you just made me think of something. My mom, after Thanksgiving, would go out and buy a bunch of butter, a bunch of the marshmallow cream, and the chocolate chips. And I mean, she would spend the next 2-3 weeks before Christmas making fudge every day.
Yep.
And she would give these. She saved all her C's candy boxes. The ones, I guess they were like a 1-2 pound box, whatever. And she would fill them up, and she would give one type to her sister, one type to her brother-in-law, one type to the oldest nephew. Everybody got their own box of fudge. And she had a list written down that she kept in the kitchen. Who liked walnuts, who liked pecans in their fudge, who liked almonds in their fudge, who wanted totally nutless. Me. Because you are what you eat, and I ain't nuts yet. I may be a little crazy, but I'm not nuts. Yeah. But yeah, she'd buy a lot of butter during then, and not only would she buy enough to make all that fudge during Christmas, she'd toss a bunch more in the chest freezer, and when people's birthdays came up, guess what she made again? Fudge.
Fudge.
Okay. Let's see. Did I miss somebody else? Oh, so Diana too checked in on both sides. So, ouch.
I can't see
Ouch.
my
I got 12 pounds of butter on sale for $3.77 a pound.
Ow.
Regularly $7 now.
Ah.
Oh, my wallet is just sitting here on the table, just cringing and sealing, trying to keep a hard grip on that credit card.
Yeah, it's $4.99 here this week. I saw butter. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait. I can wait.
What country is that in? Not you, Tammy.
Sue me. I believe Sue me is north of the border.
Yeah. Oh no, she's not. Oh wait.
Is Sue me north of the border? I'm trying to remember. I got so many friends now following me on Facebook that are north of the border. Oh, Rick Thielen's here. Oh, but yeah. All right. So walk us through the process of canning butter. But first, Is it first question I forgot to put on the list there? I forgot to add this one to it. Is it water bath or pressure canning or both?
Sure. Tammy, this is all you, Tammy. I do me because I'm a rebel, whatever. But I'm going to leave this on you.
You're an OG rebel, but I have done it both ways. But I do 10 minutes or 10 pounds of pressure for 60 minutes usually. You know. How do you do it, Mark?
Whoa. Hang on. I got to throw this one up here. This came in on your side, Tammy. Grace Acres in Southwest Ohio. Kroger is going to have butter on sale for $2.49 a pound.
I have Kroger's. I will be looking. They're not close by, but they are not far either.
Get out the crock pot and the big pot and go buy some butter and get some canning jars. And Tammy's going to tell you how to do that.
Oh. Well, I bring it to a boil, not a hard boil, just like bring it up so that all of the solids come to the top and make like a foam. And then I skim that off. And that's basically the process of making ghee, although I'm not a hardcore ghee person. I don't want it to be nutty brown. I want it still real golden. So I'm just trying to get the most of the milk solids off. And then I put it into very dry, very sanitized jars. Did I mention there's no water in these jars at all? So whatever your method for sanitizing, if it involves water, don't. I'm going to go out there and be a rebel. I heat them in the oven.
Just make sure you dry them when you're done boiling them. They're hot and they vape off and there's no steam and no bubbles and no water left in it. And you're good.
Yeah. You know, or a real hot cycle on the dishwasher and make sure that they go through the dry cycle twice. So they're very sanitized inside. And then I skim it, I ladle it over and pressure can it. I've also kind of skipped that part and melted it right in my sanitized jars. Then it gets like the layer of milk solids come to the top. And I don't like that as well. So you do you, but basically it's better if I make the ghee. It turns out for a better product for what we want.
So the only issue you're going to have when you throw 10 pounds or 15 or 20 or 2 pounds of butter in a pot is you need to keep your heat very low. You don't want to brown it. Mm-hmm. Now, as you heat it, the fat will float to the top. The liquid, the lighter stuff, technically water or milk solids, will be at the bottom initially. Unfortunately, as you heat it, especially if you do like me and have like 20 pounds of butter in one pot, all that liquid, the water-based liquid, is now at the bottom of your pot, and the fat is now covering it, holding the liquid under pressure. Not much, just a little bit.
A little.
When that water boils or the milk solids boil, it will pop and sputter, and you will be shooting grease and moisture all over the kitchen. Get yourself one of those little super fine mesh bacon screen things you put over the frying pan so you're not splattering bacon everywhere. Put it on there. I would also put your lid over that, but not to keep the moisture in or the heat, but to keep any splatter from shooting everywhere, because that crap hurts and it makes a mess. Do that when you get your butter melted to the point where you can look in your clarified butter and see this pool of white milk at the bottom. Shut the heat off, get another pot, get your ladle out as much as the fat solids as you can. The clear stuff, put it in another pot, because there will still be some moisture in there, until you get down near the bottom where there's like a thin layer of butter fat. Then you can leave that on super low for a while. It'll eventually evaporate off, and you'll wind up with a slightly stronger tasting ghee. But your other pot, you want to keep it on medium-low heat or low heat to make sure there is no moisture left in it. You go look in the bottom. You'll still hear a pop every now and then. And that's because there's water trapped under all that fat and weight and trying to come out. When it comes out violently. So once it comes out and you're done with that, then you can ladle it into your jars, turn the heat off, let it sit for a little bit so there's no more moisture coming out. Ladle into your jars. I'd leave about a 1/4 inch headspace, maybe a little more, but you really don't need much. Throw your caps, rings on there, and you can, if it's hot and your jars are hot, you can pressure can it if you want. Tammy does. I do the same thing. Or you can water bath it. I've water bath mine for 20 minutes just to make sure there's no moisture left in there. And always look. Jars come out, let them sit for a day. Look at the bottom of the jar. If you see something that doesn't look nice, the same as everything else at the very bottom, those are milk solids. That's a liquid that will spoil your ghee. So you may, that jar or two, you may want to take them out, heat them back up, get that liquid out of there, or skim the fat off of that, and do it again, and you'll be fine. Because if you have any of that fats, the liquid milk solids in there at the bottom, that can spoil your ghee. It'll take a long time, but that can make, if you dig down the bottom, you're going to get some funky flavors. So. Sorry, I had to run that rant here. I'm sitting out by my fire all by myself. I'm like, I got this.
Oh. Well, I am searching for my butter video where I did it, and it is so far back on my channel. It looks like I need to redo that video because I can't even pull it up. It's from before 2020.
All right. Let's see. Side chat here. Angel's Homestead Highland butter is $5.69 a pound. Best I've had is Kerrygold for $5.49 here in Oklahoma. And Grace is asking, are you saying you pressure can ghee or pressure can the butter?
Ghee. I always make it into ghee before I can it because, like
Yeah.
Mark said, if you leave those milk solids in there, it's going to spoil in the jar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always make. I almost make ghee, I should say. I'm not as picky about it as I would be if I was making ghee that I left on the shelf, because ghee is actually shelf stable without canning. FYI.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't quite take it to that level.
I usually water bath it just for an extra 10 minutes, just to make sure. I feel better, and I'm good, and whatever.
Ooh,
and I just
Tammy hit a good one here in Minnesota. Their Quick Trip gas station, $2.99 a pound for butter. They stocked up.
That's a good deal. Yes.
Yeah. And Glensair, How to Garden.
If you want to, you can keep butter a very long time in the freezer. The problem with butter is it picks up odors and smells and tastes from other food it's stored with. So when you put it in the refrigerator, make sure you keep it in its little paper wrapper and then double wrap it and put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
So
another one just came in on your side, Tammy. Savvy Trendsetter came in.
Oh, hello. That's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
All righty. I did pull up something here. I pulled up two websites to check prices for where it is in Idaho Falls. And let me bring up the one here. So this is the Sam's Club, and the Sam's Club for both the salted and unsalted butter is $14.92 for a 4-pound package, and that is $3.73 a pound.
Jeez.
Ooh.
It's still a little painful, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
It's less than $4 a pound. And so that's what Sam's Club has it. When I check Costco, I hate Costco's website. They will not tell you what the stuff is, the price of most of the stuff in the store is, especially if it's essentials.
Yep.
They'll tell you what the Keebler butter crackers are, how much they are, but they won't tell you how much butter is. Now, other interesting one here, I found Kerry Gold. So the box that's a 4-ounce sticks, which is basically 6 sticks, makes it a £1.50 box, is 10.88 a pound. And the Kerrygold unsalted pure Irish butter blocks, 8-ounce blocks, 3 packs, same amount, same weight, just bigger blocks. Also 10.88 for the £1.50 of it. So that's the expensive stuff.
Yeah, Kerrygold is the most expensive brand here in grocery stores too. It is very good though.
Yeah, and the non-Indian face Indian butter is also high up there in price.
Yeah. Yeah. So you both are saying use the half pints. Is what you do most of your canning your ghee in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a couple pint jars, but because of how fast I use it now, when I open a bottle of ghee or jar of ghee, I open it up and I use what I need. Just sits in a cabinet. I don't put it in the refrigerator. My wife will put it in the fridge. I'm like, stop. And I'll leave it on the counter.
Don't make it hard.
Nah, I'll leave it on the counter.
Yeah.
It's good for like 2 months. Mm-hmm. And the flavor may change a little bit, but that's probably because of the type of butter, the quality of the butter I bought from the store I bought it from. But it's fine. It just changes the flavor a little bit. And by that time it's gone. So
yeah. All right. Christy says have a small amount of butter to turn into ghee. So she doesn't can it; she just puts it in the jar, and that's what she uses.
Now we talked about the price of butter. You really should discuss. Can you pull up the price of ghee? Because we're talking about the price of butter per pound, but the price of ghee.
That's stupid.
Here is a get rich quick scheme. Buy your butter at $2.79, $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, and sell it. What's the price of ghee, Gil?
Yeah. It's coming up here. Let's see. So I'll bring up the Amazon one a little bit. Instacart has 56 ounce of ghee, $26. Ancient Organics ghee, and can't tell what it is. It's on Amazon. I'll go ahead and bring down. It's $49.
Yep.
So organic grass, 13.4 ounces is $24. Ugh.
16 ounces would be 2 pounds. So 2 pounds of butter, even if you paid $5 a piece, you're still they're doubling the price, and all they did is take a little bit of milk solids off of it.
Yeah.
It's
here. Yeah. So I'm going to Amazon now to look at some of them here. And so the this one here, which is a 32 ounce.
That's a quart.
Jar is $46.54. Yeah, so that's a quart jar.
So basically, they take the butter and double the price and call it ghee.
Yeah. So here's the math. Let's do the math. A pound of butter, which is 16 fluid ounces, give or take. Mm-hmm. When you make ghee out of it, when you melt it down, get the butter fat, and get the solids out, you're going to lose about 20 to 30% of your total volume to the milk solids.
You lose about 2 ounces per pound.
Yeah, it depends on. That's the thing. It depends on the butter manufacturer. Some introduce a little more extra fat solids, like the stuff I bought. I probably lost 35% weight or volume because of the milk solids, because of the manufacturer. It's not the cow. It's what they add. They add a little extra liquid milk solids to it to make it creamier and butterier and whatever. But when
And
you
some
melt it, you get the fat, and that's it. So I got like 70% yield off of my butter. So at $1.50 a pound, 70% yield got me. I'm kind of staring at a fire right now. So 70% yield of $1.50. I guess I lost about 45 cents or 45 cents of total weight by the pound. So I probably lost a few ounces and made it into ghee, but it lasts forever. Butter, not so much. With the milk solids in there, you can't keep it in the fridge forever. You can keep it in for a month or two, freezers, years, but in a jar, a long time.
Yeah, and I noticed on that one. Go ahead.
They also add a vegetable coloring to some butters. I forgot about that till he said something about additives. Some butters, really good butter is almost white.
Yep.
FYI.
Okay, I got two things to do here. Let me get something out here real quick here.
Carrageenan is a good one they use. Carrageenan added. Well, what's carrageenan? Oh, it's a yellow food coloring. It's natural, but it's a coloring to make it look pretty.
Yeah. All right, hang on here. All right, so Stone Tap Red Feather, 12 ounces, $14. Augustin Farms powdered butter.
I have some
2
of that.
pounds, 4 ounces is $23. Preserved Dutch butter, salted butter, 7.05 ounce. A pack of 5 is $50, and you get all other. But I go back to this one here. The Ancient Organics was 46 for one of them. If you get the 2-pack, it's 78, which makes it $14 cheaper to get the 2-pack than the 1-pack. And then they're getting 2 of the 1-packs. So you got to look for these deals here as well.
Or make your own.
Yeah. Now, let me see if I can get something. You just remind me something I'm supposed to bring up here. Come on, where'd it go? There it is. Oh, come on. Where'd it go? Because I had to document. Sorry, that's what I'm going to have to do. I have to pull it from the email. Because it's not coming up the other way here. So let me go back into my email to sent. There it is. Okay, so come on, open it up. Trying to get this to work, folks. Nope, that's not it. I found a real good article. I want to share it with you guys here. It's not allowing me to do this here. There it is. There we go. Finally, it's moving slow here. Got it to open up. Okay, so this is comes from Dear Aggie Butter. If milk is white, why is butter yellow? Is it food coloring? And like I said, we often think of milk as pure white, but full butterfat milk is sometimes a faint yellow. Milk is essentially an immersion of water, protein, sugars, and fat. Butter is made when the cream fat is separated from the milk and then agitated. And it goes through the whole thing about it is natural butter can range.
Not emotion.
Whatever. Natural butter can range from creamy white to pale yellow to saffron yellow.
Yep.
So it depends on, and it goes down here. And here's the other thing. Here's the other one. A cow's diet is another factor that significantly affects the color of the butter.
Yes.
Fresh grass is rich in beta carotene, which gives carrots their orange hue. Importantly, beta carotene is a precursor to vitamin A. It goes to that. Cows grazing on fresh grass and other plants in a pasture during the summer, their milk is more likely to be a darker yellow in color due to the increased levels of beta carotene. Okay. Where's the other one here? Where's the one that starts talking about the shoot? Come on, did I miss it here, or was it in the other one? Here it is. Okay, cows. Also, the types of cows affect the color of butter. Holsteins are black and white cows, common in dairy areas through the North Country. Similarly, I can't even pronounce that one there. AYR Shire products produces white butter, while the milking shorthorn produces cream color butter. Breeds that produce yellow butter include brown Swiss, Jersey, and Guernsey. And it talks about it. The Jerseys, which are small in stature, light brown in color, are particularly well known for producing milk with high levels of butterfat. The term golden Jersey was coined because of the high level of beta carotene in the breed's milk. So if you're going to get your own cows, you depend whether you want white milk or yellow milk. I mean, yellow white butter or yellow butter depends on the when you get it. And Jerseys produce a natural yellow butter.
But I was told when growing up when I was a little kid that brown cows make chocolate milk. I want chocolate milk.
I forgot to shut. So this is the article here I got. If anybody wants a copy of this, I can forward you this PDF. Just email me at Camp Patton Family Compound. Tammy has a copy of it. You can email her as well at rebelcanners@gmail.com. And we'll be happy to send it to you. It's good information to have. When I was growing up, we had Guernsey Jersey mix cows.
Ooh.
Yes. The butterfat content was so high that on a gallon jar, we had the old mayonnaise jars when they're made out of glass. All right, we filled those up. By 36 hours later, it had separated out, so it's almost a full quart or over a full quart of heavy cream on top of it. What was left below was twice as rich as the whole milk you bought at the store.
Okay,
so we could take a quarter. I took a quarter, 12 inches above that, dropped it, and it stuck and stood up in the cream.
Okay, whole milk in the store is not whole milk.
No, it's not even by
4%. It is 4%. So you can buy, fat-free, 1%, 2%, and then what they call whole milk is actually 4% milk, and the rest is water. So you're getting what you pay for.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you have a friend that has a cow and they're giving away in trade milk,
raw milk,
get a milk share.
Yeah. Pay them for it.
Buy the cow, get a milk share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard a rumor that Jersey cows the milk gives you a really bad attitude.
I thought it was just being in Jersey.
That's my point. I'm born and raised in Jersey, so there's that problem going on with me, which is why you are now going.
Okay, but
crap. Why did I invite him on my show?
Jersey, Guernsey, and Ayrshire are all Scottish breeds.
Yeah.
They're not talking about. They don't come from the U.S.
Throw the name Jersey, like a Jersey wall, all that stuff. You throw the name Jersey in there, you got a bad attitude coming at you.
Now this makes me think, because this doesn't talk about Highland cows.
They're a meat breed, not a
Not milkers.
milking.
Because I know Darren and what's her name milk their cows.
You can milk any cow. I
Yeah.
mean, I know people that have milked. You can milk any cow. They're just not. Some are
Big
more milking
producers.
breeds. Yeah,
Yeah.
and some are more meat producers. I mean, they're gonna do both if you have calves.
So yeah, I don't feel
Kaylin came back
yeah,
at you
yeah,
there,
I don't.
Mark.
Yeah, you know what? I love Garden State Gardener, and I understand it. And there's a bunch of channels I watch from Jersey, which we laugh about it because you're in
Yeah.
Jersey, dude. Really, I get it. So on a side note, the other cow you mentioned, Ayrshire, that's how you pronounce it, Ayrshire.
Mhm.
I had a customer for the company I work for in Middleburg, Virginia, and you can look this up on Google. Ayrshire Farms. They did legacy and really old breed turkeys, chickens, cows. Everything they did was, and I forget the name of there's a term for it. It's not legacy. We're talking like antique, like leftover from the 18, 17, 1600s. That's the breed that they use on that farm. It's called Ayrshire Farms. There was a video they did, and I was the vendor there. I didn't know it, but Fox News went in there and they did a thing about dancing turkeys, and literally, and I would drive by those turkeys near Thanksgiving time and stop at the fence, and I would literally, and I think I have videos somewhere. I would yell out the window and just go, blah, 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 and they would all just be like, they would run over to the fence and be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, this is too cool. I mean, they were turkeys. But they were I forget the breed, but it's like something left over. There's a name for it. What is it, Tammy? It's a name for a breed.
What color are they?
They were white.
Oh, then they were palm. They were white
No.
palm turkeys.
I'm sorry, not the name of the breed. It's a legacy breed where that breed has been around for like 200 years, and they maintained the actual lineage of these birds. They kept like 100 of them to lay eggs, didn't sell them for, to lay the eggs to hatch them every year, and then they would sell the turkeys anyway after the fact, like turkeys and stuff like that. But they kept the eggs, they hatched them, and they had more turkeys for the next year. So they kept this lineage of turkeys going for a very, very long time. Now, I knew the woman. I can say this because I'm not mentioning where I work. She was kind of a whack job, but she was an IT person that made ridiculous money and bought the farm because she was into this stuff. And you can actually look this up. If you look up Ayrshire, Aiyshire farm, Middleburg, Virginia on YouTube, you'll find it. There's a video of one of the Fox guys walking around interviewing the woman, and she's kind of a recluse. And it's years ago. We're talking like 12, 15 years ago. She's probably still owns it. Lives in a little house all by herself on the farm, leave me alone type of thing. And she just does her thing. But sweet woman. I mean, she was just a recluse. And but she wanted to maintain this particular type of style of food, which is great. Now that I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I should have got to know her a little better because now I get it. Back then, I didn't understand it. And that was like 12 years ago.
Okay, so several people said heritage breeds.
Heritage, that's it. It's a heritage breed.
Yeah. And Tammy Harder has a question for Tammy. What is your preferred go-to method to can your ghee? And you said pressure canning earlier?
I pressure can it for 60 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure because that's my altitude. It says 10 pounds of pressure.
Okay.
So 60 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. And
so you basically use the temperature, time gauge, whatever for meat. Would that be correct?
No, because they're half pints, and it's only 60 minutes. If I would do it 75 if it was meat, so it's less than meat.
Okay.
I literally water bath mine for like 30 minutes. There's no time on it. I just let me let it go for a while here. It can't hurt it. It can't kill it. It can't make it
If-
worse. You can
Yeah,
let it go
and-
for 4 hours if you want. You're not
Yeah.
going to change anything.
And if it's actually ghee, you absolutely do not have to do anything to it. If you
No.
get all of the milk solids out and make it into ghee, but ghee tastes pretty nutty. I don't want my butter to get that nutty tasting.
Right.
So I don't do it quite to that. That's why I just get the good enough milk fat skimmed off of there.
Yep.
And
But it
then I
makes
can it.
ghee makes a ridiculously awesome roux, ROUX,
Yes.
for thickening gravy. Although my wife doesn't like it because I cook my roux. There's 3-4 different styles of roux. You got roux blanc, which is raw roux, roux blonde, which is basically cooked roux, roux blonde, blanc, and brune, which is a brown brew, which you would use in Southern cooking for like I forget the name of the I just had it. It's gone. Gumbo. If you're making like a gumbo in that, you literally brown your butter and flour in the pot. That's a roux brune, BRUN French term. It's browned butter with the flour, and then you add all your stuff to make your Cajun style whatever you're making. And
Okra
that's
and
the flavor.
tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's not gumbo if it doesn't have okra and tomatoes in it.
Yeah, well, you can kiss my grits on the okra.
Nope.
Nope. No okra for me. Nope. Slimy,
It's the only way I will eat okra is in
Okay.
gumbo.
nasty, slimy.
Um,
No.
couple things. Oh, whoa, that was good. He's added in. Okay. All right. There we go. Things are acting up here. All right. So Lewis has fired off 10 memberships here to Camp Patton Family Compound.
Thank you, Lewis.
So
I don't know if I got.
we'll see who.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you got one. All right. So I gotta go to the other computer. Let's see who got it here. So Sumi was gifted. These are the ones who picked up a free 30-day membership. Sumi checked off Diana 2, Shenanigans, Chef Tech, Aiden Air, Tennessee Tactical 1, Shawnee, How to Garden, and Serena Norell. Woo-hoo!
Thank you. I will continue tomorrow when I'm after my site manager comes out to check out the property for the house I'm building. Yeah, I'll be doing pretty much nothing all day, so I'll be binge watching Marshmallow Man videos, shorts, things, hitting the like button, sending comments, and same with you, Tammy, and maybe Gil. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. He threw that up after I put up the comment. I'm 25 away from hitting 5,500 subscribers. And that's when I hit 5,500 and it sticks for a week, we will have a giveaway. What else? Oh, the Gray Man Prepping, my other channel, is 128 away from hitting the 2,000 mark. So, and once we hit 2,000 on Gray Man Prepping, we'll have a big giveaway on that as well. But because some people have been asking offline, I went ahead and got it scheduled here. Let me move this over so I can actually bring it up here.
So just to be clear, again, we brought this up 4 months ago. If for some reason Chef Tech or Magic Acres gets anything in your random drawing, it goes to Tammy.
Yeah. All righty.
Sorry.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
All right. So, one of the other things here. All right. Cold War Prepper's taking off to get his going. He's on here in about 10 minutes or so. Coming up on Gray Man Prepping, on November 12th. Tactical Tuesday, November 12th. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from tomorrow. The topic then is going to be about my novels I'm writing and how you can get a copy for free. The last time I know Kaylin's Train was the only one that actually took advantage of that, and she got a copy of the first book in the Scout and Ninja series. I will be sending her the updated version of that one because there were some significant changes after some of my friends and I went over it, added probably another 50 pages to that book, here, there, and everywhere through it to fill out and flush out the storylines. So anyway, so on November 12th, hopefully by then we can get 130 members over on Grayman Prepping. It will be having hopefully we'll do a giveaway before Thanksgiving. And I can also tell you how you guys, those that are channel members, can get a free book.
Cool.
All right. So let me go and put that back over. Actually, I'll leave that over there. But yeah, that's what's coming up here on the other. In fact, that's why I was 3 minutes late kicking off tonight, because I got the. Hang on, let me just put this over here for a second.
Well, I was.
As you can see, I am working on book 2 of the Scout and the Ninja. I'm on page 321. And filling it in. I've actually got a whole bunch more filled in after that. So yeah, I'm working on that one here. All right. Christy Betts is on generator power. Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm on Jackery power right now.
Yeah.
But
all right. Anything else on canning butter that we haven't covered? Any other questions in the side chat? If you have any more questions, anything, whatever, fire it up. So while we're waiting on that, so how do you make garlic butter exactly? Do you use raw, fresh garlic? Do you use powdered garlic? Do you roast the garlic and crush it? And
who are you asking, me or Tammy? Pick one.
Both.
All right, Tammy, you're first, and because I'm going to roll on for about 2 minutes.
I do all of those, but my absolute favorite is to roast the garlic and then push it through a press so it's all minced up, and then put it into my melted butter and let it stir it in. But if I don't get enough garlic, I might add some powdered garlic to that. And then I spread it on my bread for garlic bread. That's my favorite. If I don't have time, I use raw. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for garlic bread so it cooks in the oven anyway. But roasted is my number one. Okay, go Mark.
Thank you. So, yes, roasted garlic, like whole cloves, throw them in a little foil pack, like, 2 or 3 heads worth of garlic peeled, throw them in a foil pack, throw them in the oven, let them roast, take them out. They're now basically mush, which is great. Let them cool down a little bit. Soften your butter. Don't melt it. Don't make it liquid. Just let it get room temperature. Throw it in a mixer or in a little bowl with a spoon. Don't try to use a whip because it'll get all clogged up. Whip it in there and then throw it in a container and throw it back in the fridge. Now you have garlic butter. You can add a little salt if you want or not. Pepper, things. I add stuff to mine. I add fresh parsley to mine. That's for a good roasted garlic butter. I'll soften my butter and throw in, finely chopped or minced or mashed fresh garlic, not roasted, not cooked. Mix it with the butter. Yes, that literally gets spread on garlic bread to get wrapped in foil, thrown in the oven while I'm cooking lasagna or some kind of Italian food or whatever on the stove. to make it cook. So it has a harsher garlic flavor, still really good because garlic is really good for you.
Yeah.
The other way is I'll slice it up and not really mix it with the butter, but I'll smear butter on my garlic bread or my bread, and I'll lay slices of garlic on it and then a little bit of Parmesan cheese and throw it in the broiler and let it roast so you get the cheese a little bit bubbly like a cheesy bread. But you have the garlic, and the garlic, depending how thin you can slice it, will soften up. Not always, but it's really good. So a lot of ways you can use butter and garlic. I just wouldn't can it as ghee.
Right.
So you do what you want, whatever works for you. Try something. If it tastes great, do it again. If it doesn't taste great, try something else and move on. It's a recipe. A recipe is somebody's idea that worked for them that they wrote down on paper. It may not work for you.
Yeah.
I have
Cool.
26 I have 26 butter recipes in my videos, and not one of them is canning butter. And I know I had a canning butter video. So if you want any kind of herb
you did a
butter,
live on that.
I have the other videos.
You did a live on it, maybe under live streams,
That's
because I was on there with you.
Okay, that's why I can't find it. I did not look at lives. That's why.
I remember that. That's one of the first times I was on live on your channel with you.
Okay, I was like, I know I did a video. Why can I not find this? Because I was gonna put it in the link.
It's been what, 2 years?
At least, yes.
Yeah.
Not 3. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Sandra Marr has a question for you. She's just came in on your channel there with it. So you don't believe in canning butter with the solids. What timeline does straight butter have if canned?
All right, that's a whole nother video.
Can you get 1 year on the shelf canning the whole butter?
You're not gonna want it with the solids because it changes the taste. But you could get a year. If you can it, you would get a year. But it's going to start to change the taste immediately because those solids taste different when they're cooked.
Yeah. And the one I remember watching a video, and I could probably quote her name, but I won't. Was not on your Rebel Canners page, but I think she was there anyway. Maybe not. Where you would melt the cream cheese.
Yeah,
they would put the whole stick of butter in a jar in a water bath, slow simmer to melt it. Then they would water bath it for a while. But when it was done, like when you pulled it out, you literally had to shake it every 5-8 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep it to keep it like butter.
Right.
And it was the same thing with cream cheese. You had to do that, but the time, how long it would last in the jar was never clear. So it might have lasted on the shelf a year, but I can get the freezer. I can get the butter I bought and throw in my freezer. Now, if there's a power outage, there's all that. Yeah, I could get my frozen butter. I mean, I got butter that's been in the freezer for probably 3 years right now. I got to find it. I know it's there. And I'll probably pull it out and either eat it as butter or make ghee out of it. So probably I'll just use it as butter because I know I got 8 or 10 pounds in one of my freezers buried because I know I didn't use it all yet.
Yeah, I've done it both ways. I do not like it the way you just described, where you melt it in the jar.
Yep, totally changes the flavor, the consistency.
Yeah,
it's still technically butter, but you have a different flavor profile, which changes a lot of your cooking styles and your recipes by flavor. Not because you didn't add butter, but you did add butter, but the butter changed flavor. So now your food has a slightly different flavor to it, which
it gives it a more, I don't know, browned butter taste or more
a nutty-ish taste. Flavor. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Jeremy G came in on your side, Tammy. I guess he's been in there for a while listening. And he said, there he went. I cook garlic, then freeze it, then grind it, and add to butter.
Freeze dry it. That's different. He freeze dries it.
Oh, freeze dried it. Yeah. Sorry, I missed the thing. Freeze dried it. Yeah.
Yep. So that's roasted granulated garlic is what he's making,
Yeah.
which is great. My wife is like begging me to do that because I just got I think I was supposed to get 8 pounds. I think I only got 2 fresh garlic to plant for next year, but she wants me to freeze dry it, grind it when it's freeze dried, add it to butter or in a jar. But the problem is with freeze dried versus dehydrated. Freeze dried anything, as soon as you introduce it to any kind of humidity, moisture, it'll start sucking it up quick. So your nice fluffy powdered freeze dried anything in a jar, you open it, take a spoon out of it, even though you have a big oxygen absorber in there, you close it up, it's gonna cake up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you have to use it in a certain period of time. If you don't, it just turns into a brick of whatever it is. It still tastes good, but it turns into a brick. So no, mixing it with, if you want to do that, then add it to butter. Oh, hell yeah. But you got to do it and then save your butter. So
there was a suggestion. Oh, Lewis has a suggestion for Mark and Tammy. You guys should do a video on rendering pig fat or beef fat. Actually do a video. I know we've talked about it a couple times here this year about doing tallow and lard.
okay.
They're saying do a video.
Okay. If I get some, when I get some, I will do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe if we get a
Tammy's
deer, I'll do a deer. It's all the same. So
yeah. Tammy's not doing pig fat anymore. I'll do beef fat because I have I think I got about 8-10 pounds of beef fat from my trimmings from the top rounds I bought and trimmed. I refroze them just to hold them because I didn't have time, and they're still in my freezer, and I need to make room in my freezer. So I guess I'll do a video. Thanks, Lewis. I guess I got to do a video now.
Hey, all right. Let me tell you a story, Mark. Another friend of mine, Scott, who was down in LA as one of those crane operators up on top of the buildings, where they can see the entire city of Los Angeles, put out a video on his, was it pecan? Or was it his macadamia nut crusher? Whatever. He was crushing some nuts and stuff. And he wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden, he had he didn't know how many subscribers, and he had several 100,000 views on that one video.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It takes one video to make all of a sudden it's like, dang, and then your next one automatically has all of a sudden 5,000 views. Yeah. They think, oh, this is going to be good too.
That's I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I get it. I'm kind of ADHD on. I want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Some random. Hi, this is what I'm doing, and goodbye. Click. Done.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. And Mother's Garden Club videos on sourdough would be nice too. Yeah.
I got to get my daughter to do that one because she does sourdough a lot. She had a contest for her company. One of my daughters, I have 3. She had a contest for making a pumpkin something. She loves making bread. She took a dough ball. She makes her own bread. She put rubber bands or something around her string around it, proofed it, baked it, took the string out, and painted it with a little bit of butter and sugar or whatever. And she put it in a photo with other gourds, and it was for her contest saying, "You pick the fake." And literally, I looked at it. I'm like, okay, it's got to be that orange one in the back left. No, that was actually a gourd. Her bread, pumpkin bread with a cinnamon stick for a stem, looked like a freaking pumpkin. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, yeah, I'll win. I'm like, of course you will, because you got parents that cook and taught you everything about cooking, and you took it to the next level. That is awesome. Yeah. Happy dad.
Oh, yeah, I can tell it's a happy dad. Tell me, did your chest just grow out 6 inches?
No, my belly did.
My daughter.
Yeah, my daughter did that. Bah, ha, ha, ha.
Oh. All right, so we're wrapping it up. Going to wrap it up here. Let me get the what's coming up here real quick for the rest of the week here. Tomorrow is Tactical Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping. It's Gray with an A for anybody that doesn't know. Also starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. The topic is archery for you? And we're going to talk about a little bit about the history of archery, how the archery got changed because of the Olympics, and what you can do and can't do with archery. And you're going to be surprised what you can do, because I got two special videos from Lars Anderson. The guy makes Robin Hood look like a grade A beginner.
Cool.
I mean, literally, Robin Hood did the split an arrow. Lars is bouncing around there, and they shoot an arrow at him, and he splits it in midair.
Nice.
Yeah, excellent archer. Anyway, so that's tomorrow. Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern is the Midnight Ride. Also on Gray Man Prepping. Friday back here on Camp Pat and Family Compound. We're going to talk about extending your growing season, not only for the fall, but getting an early jump into spring. So that's what we're going to be talking about on Friday. Saturday on Gray Man Prepping for Survival Saturday is Attitude Matters. And I got several emails from people for this on how attitude has affected different preppers, those that had the right attitude and those that had the arrogant attitude, and how it affected them during Hurricane the first Helene.
Yep, Helene.
Yeah. All right. And then all the rest of those videos are going to come from this room here in California. Sunday, I'm driving back to Idaho, and then we'll pick up there. And then next Monday, we're going to talk about canning broths.
Ooh.
Yes, one of Mark's favorite topics.
Bouillon investors. Yes.
Yeah.
I just picked up 10 pounds of onion to make onion broth this week.
Ooh.
So here, Tammy, real quick.
Yes.
Don't use the skins.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Not with that much. I don't need to use the skin.
There's a specific reason why you really shouldn't throw your onion skins in your stock pot. Yeah. And we'll get into that next Monday, but I'll tell you about this when we close the stream off.
Yeah. Well, I know some medical reasons why too.
Forget the medical. Right. Sure, medical, whatever.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you, Lewis, for gifting those 10 channel memberships.
Thank you, Lewis.
And, yeah. And all right, so everybody, if you're not canning, start learning that skill and start trying it. The worst you can do is fail and learn something. So if you fail and learn something, next time you're not going to fail because you learned something. All right, everyone. Take care.
Have a good night.